This is the home of the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. Well, look at what we have here. If it ain't another grilling session. I thought these grilling sessions were about over with. But once again, old Linky boy, TBOW, the acronym for the bitch out west, that being Lincoln Riley, has once again been exposed as a coward and a jackass. So we got to throw his ass right back on the grill again. As it seems he's been trying to, behind the scenes for the past 2 years, back out of a game with those LSU Bayou Bengals. But before we get to all that, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors today, that being Moe's Woodsmith Shop. As you can see here, anything that you need on a piece of wood, whether it be this great cutting board or just a trinket of your favorite team or even a favorite singer, trying to get him to do some Toby Keith, just hit Eric Mofield up in the scroll below and he'll hook you up with anything on a piece of wood. No lasers ever used, all handcrafted by Eric Mofield and Moe's Woodsmith Shop. Also over here, you'll see the laser-coated powdered signage over here, the metal signage brought to us by McFab LLC. Great signage. Also, you can find his name in the bottom scroll as well. Now, let's talk about it. Here we come once again, riding on in. We are the Outlaw Posse, and we're now in effect. And today's four horsemen shout-outs go to Heath Stokes, Keelback First, Eric Taco Marino, and Sheldon Lamy are mounted up and saddled and ready to go and help us with today's college football invasion. Also, special contributors to the show were Courtney Taylor and Ryan Thibodeau, a.k.a. Big Cojones Kelly. We also have a prayer request today from Eric Taco Marino. His father and stepmother are having some health issues, so y'all keep them in your prayers. Now, if you want your badge and you want to get deputized and get your random four horsemen shout out as well as possible, be the comment of the day, which is coming later in the show, like those four guys did earlier, all you got to do is hit the join button next to the subscribe button. It's now for $2.99 a month. That's just 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the outlaw. Also, you can do the big four. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Those are the big four, and they're all. So look at what we have here. Just when we thought Lincoln Riley couldn't find a way to embarrass himself, it's like a boomerang that just keeps coming back to him. He keeps doing stuff it's very sort of exhibits the traits of what you would consider a coward, and he keeps getting receipts from it, as now it's coming out that for the last 2 years, him and the USC administration have been trying tirelessly to get out of the LSU game. And people say, why do you keep messing with Lincoln Riley? Well, I haven't messed with him in quite some time. The only time I mess with him, and this is backed up by the numerous videos that I've done, it's when he does something like this to make himself look like a complete coward. So we're going to have to address it. We're going to have to throw his ass right back on the grill. So let's pull this up real quick for you guys and gals out there. A little something to back this up so that nobody thinks I'm making it up. There we go. Look at that. Look at that face. That guy, he's looking to the skies thinking, my God, what have I done to myself? He looks like an elf face spastic. He looks like that damn elf off that old cartoon. I don't know if it's a cartoon, it's some kind of claymation thing that used to come on back in the day for Christmas events at the Island of the Misfit Toys. That's what he looks like, man. But right here it says, one of the premier games set for opening weekend of 2024 college football season would not have been played as scheduled if one of the teams in the matchup had its way, according to a new report. USC was trying to back out of its week 1 game against LSU ever since hiring football coach Lincoln Riley, according to Saturday Down South's Matt Hayes. The efforts lasted almost 2 years as USC apparently worked behind the scenes to find a way out of its SEC counterpart because Riley didn't want to play the game. I'm not going to read this whole thing to y'all other than to say that none of that surprises me. It doesn't surprise anybody else outside of Skittle Shitter Nation out there in Los Angeles with him and his butt buddy Colin Coward. But here's the thing I don't understand, man, is why would you want to back out of that game? It's in Las Vegas. It's great exposure for you and the LSU program. You can show that maybe you belong in the elite. I know you're going into the Big Ten, and that scares you a little bit probably. And that's why I don't feel sorry for the other conferences out there that whine and complain and wet their diapers about the SEC not playing 9 conference games like the rest of the conferences. Because they can't even follow through on 1 non-conference game against the SEC, let alone play 8 like we do. The SEC also usually plays about 2 tough non-conference games. LSU's playing USC and UCLA, plus an 8-game conference schedule. A lot of y'all can't say that. Y'all got 3 or 4 teams in your conference, within your conferences, that are cupcakes. Sure, Alabama, SEC's got Vanderbilt. But for the most part, every team in the SEC could probably be in the top half of every other conference, in my opinion. Now, this also beckons me back to the reason why USC don't want this game. And last time they played in an opening game against an SEC school, they got beat 52-6 by Alabama like a drum, like a homecoming opponent. Hell, I think Alabama might have played the Citadel of Chattanooga that year, and that team gave Alabama a better game than USC. It's also been rumors, and this is another thing that really is a bad look for USC and Lincoln Riley, and that is USC and Lincoln Riley tried to go through Lincoln Riley's agent, which is also the same agent for Brian Kelly of LSU, to get out of the game. Not only that, but Fox Sports wanted out of the game because they don't want one of their biggest brands in their new venture with the Big Ten to go to ESPN and ABC and maybe even get embarrassed. That's why I hope for this game, now that this has came out, I definitely will be rooting for LSU to beat the snot out of the Skittle Shitters in the opening game in Vegas. Now, let's get to the comment of the day. The comment of the day goes to Mike Happy 2620 says, "Hey, OU is used to this. It's become a badge of honor. Oklahoma really wishes these schools that cry would field teams that would give them a little competition. I thought last year's women's softball team should have been on the cover of Glamour magazine." And that's in reference to Florida State and saying that Oklahoma was cheating and maybe their girls were jacked up on steroids or they had a jack in the box and were transgenders. Now, before I get out of here, if you don't mind, there's a little heart thanks button at the bottom of this screen. You can smash that if you want to make a one-time donation to the program. Also, you can do the big 4, and they're free. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And then there's that deputization, getting that badge, being the outlaw posse. That's not but $2.99 a month. That's just 75 cents a week. You get your badge, you get deputized, be a random 4-horseman shout out, possibly be the comment of the day, like Mike Happy was. And with that, I'm out of here. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.